Hi everyone, as you can see, something special turned up, very special in fact. As I've always said, that's Alec and myself, always keep an eye on eBay and various other sites where they could be selling lamps. Well, this time I found these and I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw it. I thought, blimey, it's going back a few years. We've got to win these, which funnily enough we did. But anyhow, let's have a little talk about them. The lamp you're looking at is an Osram Mercury Lamp type MA. Now I can give a little bit of information about this. This information comes via a website, Lamp Tech. Now, if anyone's got a serious interest in lamps, old lamps, new lamps, techniques, technical developments, anything like that, then please go to Lamp Tech. This is run by James and it is very, very good. There's a lot of very valuable information there, and as you notice I have cribbed a little bit of it concerning these MA type lamps. I'll be perfectly honest, I did not, when I say I did not know, I knew it was a mercury vapour lamp because I remember the picture, because there was a picture showing it. In fact, it's on the box. There was a picture on the box, and I remembered from my childhood. Yeah, I was a child many years ago. Some people say I'm still a child. Probably am, don't care. And I thought, well, that does go back a long time. And in fact, when I contacted my friend, he said, oh, probably 1950s. I said, well, is it something worth getting? And he said, yeah, you bet it is. I said, right, okay, we'll try and win it. And that's exactly what we did. Anyhow, this is the lamp. Now, I'll read out what Lamp Tech says about this. The MA lamp was developed by Osram GEC. The year was 1931. That was before I was even born. So a blooming long time ago. They first of all produced a 400 watt. This is the one we've got here. It's a 400 watts, beautifully made lamp. It's classified as medium pressure. The arc tube, this is the tube in the centre, is made of aluminosilicate glass, and because of this it is classified as MA style, and that is what is written on the box. And you can see there, type MA. Now, what you have to remember with these is these had to be run at vertical position, cap up. So this had to be used or run that way round, cap up. Now, street lighting, you would use it on the horizontal, and according to the information, that would cause the arc tube to bend. It curved. I don't quite know how, but it did, and it soon failed. So it was obviously not recommended that these were run horizontally. There was brought in a device, and I can read about it on here. It tells you about the MA there. Vertical cap up or horizontal with magnetic deflector in non-corrosive atmosphere. And this device was obviously wired in to the electrics. Here you can see, because with this lamp was this little diagram. It shows you a choke. We tend to how to call them ballast now, but when I was a kid they were called chokes. I think the term ballast came from America, but I'll be corrected on that one. That shows the choke and the tappings, so you could run it on different voltages. These obviously must not be screwed direct into mains. They would explode and you'd lose a very valuable lamp. I'm not going to say how much I paid for these, but suffice to say that I'm on bread and milk for the rest of the week, or should I say rest of the month. They're not cheap, but how often can you get something like this? And both me and my good mate are very pleased we got these. There's, as I say, the circuit. You've got a capacitor across there, possibly a power corrector capacitor, fused, and phase and neutral. The picture of the lamp also shown the way it should be burnt, unless in a street light where it needs that magnetic device. Anyhow, I know a lot of you say I love talking. My mate just told me today that I like talking. I said to him, yeah, I do. I said, you know, if you put any of these up, it's good to talk. As I said before, his first language is in fact German, but his English is very, very good. And I said to him, look, if you want to put them up in German, feel free. I said, I wish you would, because there is a lot of interest out there, and in fact a lot of my subscribers are in fact German, and they are keen. You know, perhaps they don't have seen one of these lamps, but they seem to be very interested in discharge lamps, which is understandable. They are a bit different. Unfortunately, LED lamps are coming in as well. We have to accept that. I've got some LED lamps. They are cheap to run. Anyway, let's get back to what I was talking about. You know, I do tend to drift off into other things. There's the box. That was rather funny. You're going to laugh about this. When I contacted the seller about this, he says, I don't understand why these are going at such a high price. I said, well, this was after I'd won them, by the way. I said, well, I know why. They are very rare lamps. He said, yeah, I was more interested in the box. Well, there's the box. I know what I'm more interested in. All right, we keep the box, because it's like antiques and old toys. If you've got an old toy, a dinky toy or corgi toy, whatever they're called, if you've got the box they come in, it does increase the value. So yes, we will keep these boxes. Very pleased with these anyhow. Anyway, this was, I think, the first mercury lamp that was manufactured, the MA. I think that's right, what I read on Lamp Tech. If I'm wrong, someone will correct me. I might be saying this to find out if you're all awake, I don't know. No, it's genuine. Yeah, let's have a look at the lamp itself. I do like talking, I know I do. We've got the cap there, which is a GES Goliath Edison screw, or if you're in America, a mogul. There is a slight variance to the actual size, but that's what I know it as, GES Goliath Edison screw, or giant Edison screw. You've got the lamp itself. Now the length of that lamp, well, there's a 12-inch ruler. in good old inches. Oh well, 12 inches, so the lamp is actually longer than 12 inches. We're probably talking about 13 inches. We go to the centre contact and about another inch on top, so I'd say about 13 inches. Let's have a look inside the lamp. As I say, I was very pleased to get these, and my mate is also very pleased to get these. We weren't really expecting them until tomorrow, but my friendly postman arrived with them. There's the etch at the end there. That states MAV. It's obviously the type. The code on it, if I can make it out, it looks like 8X. I may be able to tell the exact age from that code, I don't know. Anyhow, there's the actual showing the way the arc tube is kept in place by like a spring. It's not a spring, but it's a wire going round it which holds it in place. It's a very good, effective way. Now that is what I remember as a kid, seeing that, and didn't know what it was. Mind you, I was probably just as nosy then as I am now, and I make no apologies for that. I know it's unusual to have a hobby like mine, but a lot of people have got this, and there is a lot of interest out there. I'm going to show the tube there. As I say, my mate is very interested in these. He's probably more interested in these discharge type lamps than the old ones, but having said that, he's still got old lamps as well. His collection, as I've said before, is very good, and it is nicely displayed. I've said mine is more like a warehouse hung up on the wall, and they don't do anything. I never really light them. He, I feel sure, will probably light his lamps, but as I say, do so with great care. That little mark you see is a sealing pip. You can see a fair amount of mercury in the tube, because these rely on obviously mercury vapour or quicksilver damp, as the Germans would say. We call it quicksilver, they also call it quicksilver, and that is what the atmosphere is within that arc tube. I believe there is a gas doing the surrounds, and my mate did tell me what the gas was, and unfortunately it's gone in one ear and straight out the other. I put it down to getting old. Mind you, my memory's never always been that good. And I'll show you there that at the bottom we've got a resistor, and it connects to the centre wire going into that arc tube, and that acts as an igniter, because it's the opposite lead going in to the one connecting to the end, so that way you've got a very short arc which ignites it, and once it ignites it will strike and you will light the whole lot up, or the whole arc tube up. Anyway, I don't know what else to add. If I had my way, I'd be talking here all day, but I'm afraid you'd probably not be very happy with that. On the cap we've got 250 volt 400 watt, and on one of the other lamps we've got more than one, but not too many. which is a shorter length one. It's a 250 watt lamp. The main difference is, I won't show it because there's no point, but the arc tube only shows one of these supports. This one obviously shows two. They're 250 watt, same voltage, and they also show the broad arrow, which means it was government, and a code as well. So it was the government. So yeah, that is all I think I could say about this. Can't think of anything else. The electrodes are coiled. They're obviously not heated or anything. They're not a heated electrode or a cathode. It's just there to get good emission and presumably good striking, because they're just connected across. I'd say these lamps are brand new old stock, as they say, and as far as I'm concerned are worth to us as collectors a good deal of money, and we think we got a good bargain there. Anyway, that's all I've got to say. So if anyone's got any comments about this or ask questions, direct them mainly at Alec, because he does know these lamps. He probably knows them better than I do. I will try and answer any questions I can, but we will see. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Thanks for putting up with my long-winded rambling. I know I love talking, I do. One of these days I'm going to do one just sitting down in the chair and talk for hours. Don't know what I'm going to talk about, but anyhow, I'm joking. Anyhow, once again, thanks again, and yeah, anything like that, give us a shout. Thanks again. Thank you.